What's up, everybody? Welcome to another show, NBA show from SBR. Make sure you guys go to sbrpicks.com/NBA. Check out all the articles and NBA content we have over there. I'm your host, Jay Money. It's my guy, Jordan Sharp. It's my guy, Junior Browne. Triple J show today, like Jaren Jackson the Jr. balling on the Jazz yesterday, man. But what's up with you guys, man? How was your weekend, Jordan? Everything good with you?
Yeah, great start to the playoffs here for me. Feeling pretty good about it, so I'm hoping to continue that now that I'm on the show. I can give out some of these plays, but had the under on Saturday in that first game between the Bucks and the Heat. Love that, despite the overtime, still catch that. And then we rolled up a fatty and fire blazed them that night, which was great. The Blazers came through for me, Dame time, and that's Blazers in the second half. We'll get to that here in just a minute, but man, that was an epic performance. And then yesterday, went 2-1. Hit the overs on the Memphis and Utah game. Lost the first half. Won the full game yesterday, and then of course we are. I know you guys already know this, but the Phoenix Suns obviously won us some money yesterday as well. So feeling great. Trying to continue that here. Got another couple plays today. Looking forward to it. How about you, Junior?
Yeah, it's been good for me so far. First of all, I got to start off by saying the Suns, son.
The Suns.
Oh my God.
The Suns.
The thing with the Suns game is that I was a little bit concerned about the spread. I was just kind of like, what's the spread going to look like? Because if it's over 3, I might just hesitate a little bit because even though I believe in them, they just have no playoff experience. And when it came out at 2.5, when I tell you I was all over that, I mean, I'm just happy to see that because to me, if they're going to go to the next round, Devin Booker got to play like a superstar, not a borderline all-star. So let's just check off one. He's 1-0 in the superstar category in the playoffs because that's what he was playing like yesterday. Every time the Lakers kind of seemed like they were getting close. One thing I like about Devin Booker is that even though he's a shooter, he doesn't just shoot threes. He gets that mid-range game going, and he can score in every way. He's going to the basket strong, dunking. Yo, let me tell y'all something, not to talk too long. When Chris Paul went down with that injury,
Man.
Doug, I almost felt sick to my stomach, bro.
Yeah.
So thank God he came back and he looked all right. Hopefully he's okay moving forward, but just glad to see them perform. I'll let you talk, J Money, about the Memphis performance. Listen, I talk a lot of shit about Dillon Brooks, even though, and one of the reasons I do, he's my homeboy's cousin. I don't give a shit who you relate to. Stop shooting so much. But yesterday he was balling out of control, bro. He really was. And the thing with him is that he brings defense. So if he's gonna bring defense and he's gonna bring that type of offense, then you're talking about beating the number 1 overall seed, even though they didn't have Donovan Mitchell, was still a good performance. Sorry, we only got 2 games, so I don't usually do the recap like that. That's Jay's territory, but I just want to speak on some of the games yesterday.
The Jazz are shook, man.
No, it's all good, man. Yeah, no, stop that, Jordan.
They're shook right now. See what they said. You saw what they said after the game, right?
They're not winning another game.
You saw what they said after the game. You saw what they said after the game. They're
not
right now.
They're not winning another game.
I
know those are guys, but that's
fanboy.
That's fanboy talk there, Jordan. They're not winning another game. They got lucky yesterday. I mean, we saw the Jazz smack them up there pretty easily, 29-17. The Grizzlies couldn't get a basket. Then the Jazz pretty much fell asleep. Then what do you know? They come back, take the lead, and then the rest was history. You try to come back a little too late. I think the Jazz, Donovan Mitchell pissed off that he couldn't play yesterday. I mean, don't let recency bias take over you. Now you sharper than that, Jordan. But maybe taking them with the points. Stop that.
They were caught off guard by Donnie Mitchell not playing yesterday.
I love the Suns team, my guy. You got to love the Suns. I'm with you, Junior. I'm at the restaurant eating. Chris Paul going out. What the hell you mean, man? You better tape that damn shot. Get your ass back in there. No, I was heavy on that game, bro. I had first quarter, first half, full game. So we cashed all of them, though. That's the only thing matters. Obviously, a little run in with Cameron Payne and Harold and all that. But, hey, I love it when the plan comes together, my guys. So, Suns, I was all over that shit. They cast it with these. There was the narratives there. The numbers was there. The contrarian spot, everything was there. The narrative, point shaving Browne laying down. They know that he probably wasn't even supposed to be playing.
DiCaprio?
We're gonna lay down. We're gonna lay him and AD.
James.
I'm gonna tell y'all, LeBron and AD didn't even come to play in game 1. They didn't even come to play. They were just out there running around. Did you believe some of the conspiracies? I think it's like, we're just gonna let this game go. See what I'm saying? We'll back game 2. But yeah, the Hawks, they end up getting it done over the Knicks. Well, that was a stunning game I was watching there with Trae Young. Oh, it's quiet as fuck. Oh, it's quiet in here. 107, 105. That was tough there, my guys.
Cold-blooded.
Tough one. That was tough. The Wizards, they get the cover there versus the 76ers over there. They lose by 7, but cover on that 7.5, 8 spread. The Grizzlies get it done 112, 109 versus the Jazz there. It's pretty tricky there with Donovan Mitchell was supposed to come back. Then he looked like he was pissed at the trainer staff. I didn't have a single penny on it, but I do believe it was a bit of an outlier game. On Saturday, the Heat go down versus the Bucks 109, 107 in overtime. The Mavs stunned the Clippers 113, 103. Like I say, you can't get too ahead of yourself. Can't get too ahead of yourself or get too happy off of one win. You cannot do that, especially playoff time, my guys. Suns as well. You can't. It's not game 7. It's just one game, man. You got to come to play the next game. I think people forget that. Celtics, they go down versus the Nets, play a really good first half, and then go get smacked up in the second half. Nets end up covering the full game, 104-93. And then the Blazers, the guards, McCollum, CJ and Dame were just absolutely too much for little ass Campazzo out there, 123, 109. But let's talk about today's games, my guys. That's what you guys are here for. First game of the day, we have the Heat versus the Bucks, game 2. I say the first game win overtime. Bucks only hit 5 threes. Duncan Robinson started off 5 for 5. I don't think the Heat would have been in that game. I think they would have got blown out fairly quickly if it wasn't for Duncan Robinson, Jr. What you think in this spot, my guy? Total of 222.5, Jr., the total guy.
That's funny. This is a weird one. This game, the Heat probably felt like they, threw away an opportunity to steal game 1. I'm just kind of worried about Giannis if I'm a Bucks fan because in my opinion, this is just my opinion, he kind of looked a little bit shaky. Like he didn't really look like he was ready for prime time. And I say that and he put up 26 and 18, right? So like it's not like he played like garbage, but late in the game he looked pretty shaky. And I'll tell you another thing. The Bucks players played some really, really heavy minutes, including Giannis. He had some knee issues. Then he went on and played like 46 minutes in that game. Obviously he went into overtime, but I'm not really sure what to make of this game. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't have a good read on it. I just think that, in my opinion, I would take the points again with Miami. I said that last game, but I actually didn't put money on it. I didn't make it official. I had Bucks first half -2.5, and I barely hit that. They won the first half by 3. I'm kind of going to, realize how lucky I was to hit that play in the first place, kind of watch and see what happens in this game. I will say that I'm super. The upgrade from Eric Bledsoe to Drew Holiday is so huge for the Bucks right now that I think that anyone that discredits the Bucks and saying that they got lucky to win that first game is not really paying attention to how well Drew Holiday played. The fact that Middleton stepped up and he actually took control and hit what was the game-winning shot. That's another huge plus for the Bucks. So Giannis got some help right now, and if he plays his A game, it could be smack. Listen, if they could get an A game out of Giannis, you could see some real smack city here. Because, anyways, I'll let you guys go. Jordan, what you got? I got nothing.
There's a couple things I noticed about this game that I kind of want to I looked back onto game 1 and kind of saw a few things. The main thing is what Jay mentioned at basically the top we just started off is just the 3-point shooting discrepancy. Like if you go back and watch the shots, especially from beyond the arc that the Heat were making in the first half of that game, just absolutely terrible closeouts by the Bucks. I don't know if it was like playoff jitters or that early matinee start or whatever it was, but you got to think they saw that and are going back and saying, we cannot let Duncan Robinson hit 3 threes in a row to start the game. We can't let guys like Goran Dragic, Trevor Ariza have wide open shots either at the top of the key or from the corner. Like the threes they were giving up were just almost embarrassing for a team that from the Bucks position that claims to be good on defense. So that's the first thing they need to correct tonight. If they do that though, and are hitting subsequently some of those threes that they were. Then I give a lot of credit to the Heat defense. I think they played on the other side pretty good defense against the Bucks beyond the perimeter. But if those two things even out a little bit in this game, you have to, because like the Heat played as good as they were going to play. Yeah, they got beat at the end by Chris Middleton, who, by the way, is probably a huge mismatch for the Bucks here. There's nobody on the Heat that can guard that guy, and if you got Jimmy on him, then you're just sacrificing his offense as well. That's the other conundrum for the Heat here in Game 2. Do you continue to let Giannis, go one-on-one and perhaps have a huge game like Junior just mentioned? Like, if you're going to continue to do that, you can't keep putting Duncan Robinson on Chris Middleton. It's just not going to work. Like, there has to be some correction here. So, like, for me, that's the only thing keeping me from betting the under here, truthfully. Like, I have a strong lean on the under here because, I mean, you saw that game go into overtime was still – I think a lot of that was the first game, kind of matinee kind of thing going on here. So I'm not going to – that's why it's still a lean for me. But the other thing that's keeping me off of this thing is I just can't trust the Heat defense to, A, keep Giannis, out of the paint, keep Chris Middleton from going one-on-one and getting buckets on whoever's guarding him, and 3, like you said, just continuing to shoot the way they were. So I think the under is going to be the play here. I just don't know if I'm ready to pull the trigger here, just for the simple fact that I do think that there's going to be a little bit more three-pointers for the Bucks here tonight. So lean under. Haven't gotten there yet, though. What about you, Jay?
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Jordan. You know me, I don't like playing totals. I think you're on the right track there. I don't think that you should be in any hesitation. I think it's an under type spot. I'm not betting. I hate betting totals, but we saw the last game go 109, 107, even with overtime. I mean, just think about it. Bucks played a terrible half. They were still up by 3 at the half. I'm talking about terrible first half, and they still were up by 3 at the half. Should have been more. They played a terrible full game and still won the game by 2, guys. Like, you still got to look at this. I feel like if the Heat were going to win one, they might. I'm not saying one in the series, but if they were going to take one, there was a good chance for them. The fact that they still lost their game is not good. Like you say, Giannis didn't have a good game. The Bucks as a whole did not play good. So Drew Holiday 0 for 5 from 3. Middleton 3 for 9. Giannis, obviously, he goes 0 for 3. That's almost expected. 3 Vincenzo, 1 for 4. These guys only made 5 3-pointers as a team. And you telling me that in this game that they're not supposed to, they're probably going to make 10 or 15 here. So I still would lean to the under because the simple fact that the Heat, like the Bucks, they need to make threes to win by margin. The Heat, they know how to pretty much stop them from getting to the rim and building the wall. So the Heat have a good game plan versus the Bucks. That's why I would still lean to the under, but I just feel like the Bucks find enough ways here. It's nothing I'm on. I know all my sharp guys are on the Heat today, plus the 4.5. Some on money line. Just me personally, I don't want to. I'm not betting this game, but I guess if I would, I'd be on Bucks minus 4.5 just for the simple fact that they played a terrible game in game 1. They still end up winning by 2 in overtime. I think they can win this game by double digits. They come in here and play a better game. So it's all about hitting your threes. The Bucks hit their threes. They get to looking like the Nets or the Jazz or something. But as far as defensively, they know how to guard the Heat, my guys. I mean, they pretty much locked up. They got an X factor in PJ Tucker over there. Jimmy Butler don't want to see him on him. I mean, he can't seem to score on PJ Tucker. So he didn't want to see him. Adebayo, he didn't necessarily have a good game as well. So it's all about which team's role players would play better. I must say, Heats, other than Duncan Robinson and Dragic, they were the best 2 players on the team in the first game. So in my opinion, I don't think Duncan Robinson is going to be hitting all those threes once again. Like I say, the first 5 threes he hit, if he wasn't so hot, the Heat would have got blown out. They would have been down by 15 in the blink of an eye, my guys. So Duncan Robinson single-handedly kept them in the game. And as the game went on, the Bucks with all these stupid turnovers, mistakes. So like I said, they keep playing like that and giving the Heat free chances, Heat could cover. But I think if the Bucks come in here and play their game and hit just a few more threes, I really think they could win by double digits, my guys. A lot of people looking at the Heat Bucks last year. This isn't the bubble. This isn't the same Heat team. And the Holiday and PJ Tucker are the X factor. So it's going to be a damn good game to watch, learn a lot. I see Bucks going up 2-0, then we'll have a real strong Heat first half spot for the next game, my guys. That's just what I see. So it's just about if they're going to win by 5 or more. Lean Bucks minus 4.5, but nothing official for me on this one. So Jordan, what you think? You ain't gonna go official with the under?
I was just going to ask you because the thing that's kind of keeping me from it is what do you think is more likely to happen? The Bucks to shoot better from 3 than the Heat, or the Heat to continue to shoot as hot as they did in Game 1? Well, what's going to happen in this game, like correction-wise?
I think the Bucks probably shoot a little bit better, and then the Heat shoot a little bit worse. It's just my opinion, but I still think the defense, the half-court defense, like as far as stopping guys getting to the rim, like both teams are damn near building walls right now. It's just tough to get into the paint to get baskets. This is why you see the low-ass score at the end of the regulation. So I have a heavy lean to under, guys. I don't think this one gets past 220. That's just me, but I'm not forcing a bet on this one. I like the spots in the next game, my guy, if y'all ready to get there.
Same. Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's get there.
Actually, both of y'all just talked me into the under. Official play, and I'm going to tell you why.
Let's do it.
The Heat hit 23s in the last game, and they only scored 107 points.
No way that happens again, right?
I'm just saying that's not good if you're them. Like if you're just looking at like if you hit 23s, you gotta come up with more than 107 points. So
in overtime,
that's something to look out for because I think that Milwaukee's definitely going to score more than the 109. And again, they like you said, they scored 107 and they needed overtime to get there. So yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's lock it in.
Give me the under.
I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's all make it official, Jay.
Jordan say, fuck it, let's do it. Now, I'm not making it official. I can't, even if I sprinkle some on the total. I fucking hate totals, guys. I know in the playoff time is where the under, I had to put my dog down, man. He's just snoring in my lap and stuff. I don't know if some of y'all heard that. Like, yeah, bro, you snoring, man.
I definitely heard something. I thought it was a fan or that's funny.
You gotta get your ass up, man. Nah, heavy lean to the under for me. It's the only way I could look is total wise. I think it might be the play in this game. I might ride with you guys. But I got a couple official plays in this next game. Let's get to it. Blazers versus Nuggets, my guys. Obviously, I mean, right now it looks like the Blazers could possibly play. Yeah, Blazers versus Nuggets. Right now, people saying, "Hey, Blazers might 4-0 them boys, might sweep them." Junior, what you think about that? You think the Blazers can the Nuggets steal one, or how does this one go?
No, listen, I don't know who's saying that. I'm not one of those people. I got the Nuggets -1. I think they bounced back. I think everything went right for Portland, and good for them. Portland's been hot, though. I'm not underestimating the Blazers. They had that really bad streak where they couldn't win a game, but coming into the playoffs, they've won 8 of the last 10 games, and they've done that by scoring 124 points per 100 possessions, which is a crazy number. So they've been scorching hot. I really watched that game. And that game was closer than the score would lend you to believe. Denver was actually up, and then they were tied at one point, and then Portland went on like an 18-8 run to end the quarter. Dame just started going bananas. Listen, Dame and Lillard versus Campazzo and Austin Rivers is like child abuse. So I definitely recognize that. I just think that Denver also has an advantage in the front court because Denver's front court of Jokic and Porter Jr. kind of did to Portland's front court what Portland's backcourt did to their backcourt. I need to see more Monte Morris. Monte Morris played like 19 minutes, and I know he's coming back from injury, but Campazzo played like 33, 34 minutes.
No,
Rivers played like 35, 36 minutes, and Monte Morris played 19 minutes. Y'all need to flip them numbers and get me some more Monte Morris going on in this game, please. God damn it. Another thing that I don't think is going to happen, Michael Porter Jr. was like 1 for 10 from 3. He shoots like 45% from 3. That's not going to happen again. Your boy Anthony Simons, the dunk specialist, that boy went 5 for 6 and 4 for 5 from 3. That's not happening again either, bro. There's a bunch of things in that game that, in my opinion, are not going to repeat themselves, like Nikola Jokic with 1 assist. That game was an anomaly in the sense that it was a back and forth game, and then Portland just kind of got hot towards the end, and Denver really needs to make up that 3-point deficit because, again, Portland's a team that shoots a ton of threes. That's not going to change. Denver needs to get back to what they do. They really kind of look like, we've seen this a couple of times. They kind of didn't look like they were playing a playoff game. It's like almost like they didn't realize they were in the playoffs. Well, they effing realize it right now because if they go down 2-0,
exactly,
you might have to turn out the lights. So I expect them to bounce back on a short number. I feel like this number is kind of disrespectful. They're the home team. They showed us last year that they do have heart when it comes down to it. Even without Jamal Murray, I still think that they can do the business, and I expect Jokic to have another big game tonight, and Michael Porter Jr. as well. So I say all of that to say Nuggets -1.5 official play for sure.
I love it. I like it. Jordan, what you think in this one? Do the Nuggets go down 0-2 at the house? What you think about that? And Campazzo, yeah, when Morris only played 19 minutes, I'll tell you why the line's short. It's because obviously Murray and Barton back. I mean, so if just the Nuggets had Barton, it would be light years huge for them. Obviously, he would be starting. He would be attached. I'm talking about like white on rice to CJ or Dame at all times. I don't want to see Campazzo starting here. I need to see Morris and Rivers. Rivers isn't a bad defender. I mean, they got some guys over there. It's just that most of them are hurt. They need PJ Dozier. They need Barton back, Jordan. Too. But what you think? What do you think? Can Rivers and Monte Morris get the job done or do enough And do you think the Blazers showed tipped their hand too much of them trying to make Jokic score and not let anybody else get involved, Jordan?
I don't think they tipped their hand. I just think that was like, we give Terry Stotts a lot of crap, but I mean, like, that was actually really smart by him. And Portland outplayed Denver defensively in the second half. Like, I don't think there's any, if you're, and that's why I love what Junior's kind of angle coming out from here. Like, the things that will definitely not happen again here in game 2, we could do an entire show about that here. Like, the fact that Portland outplayed Denver on defense, there's no way that happens again. That being said, and I've said this from the beginning when we saw these two teams match up, Portland's a real bad matchup for Denver sans Jamal Murray because, like, and it showed when Portland locked down and started playing with the lead. This Denver Nuggets team is not built without Jamal Murray to play from behind. They just can't make up huge deficits when you're running up to a backcourt deficit like they were in this series against CJ and Dame. So that being said, though, I still think Portland. I think if you look, the main thing I saw from this game in the course correction categories that we're going to see here, other than just Denver playing better defensively, which I think the desperation alone factor is going to get them to play better defense. But first half defense for game 1 was god awful. Like these two, once again, it could go down to just being the playoff jitters though, and just like Junior said, Denver just wasn't awake yet. They're awake now. They're wide awake. And I think if Portland looks at their first half defense compared to how they played in the second half defensively and says, if we do play defense all 4 quarters, we can go up 2-0 and go back to Portland, basically guaranteeing Denver's not going to advance. Now, granted, that's not a mathematical impossibility even going down 0-2, but damn sure going to be really hard. So, in my opinion, I think the play here is in the first half. I got the under in both the first half and the full game in this one, but the first half's the one I'm going official with at 116. Denver's first half defense has been good all year at home. There's no way they play that poorly defensively in this. And let me look, would they give up 35 first quarter points alone? Like, there's just no way that happens again if you're Denver. If it does, we can go ahead and send them to the showers, to be honest, because there's no way they go to Portland down 0-2 and win this series. Like, it's just not happening. So, like, if you're Portland, you're saying, hey, if we play defense again, if we play defense like we did in the second half of the first half, we could definitely hold these guys down, sans Murray. Denver's looking at it as we got to stop these guys at all costs. I still think Portland's defense better than we've given them credit for. They just haven't really shown it yet, but they have some guys, especially that match up well with Denver. So give me the unders. Official, though, 116 first half on the under.
I like it. I couldn't talk you off on that one, my guy. It could be a couple under spots here. Do you know what Jordan is speaking to? He's speaking to motivation. He's speaking to a sense of urgency. He's speaking to where they have to come out with their backs, not necessarily backs against the wall. I mean, you're not down 0-2, but you guys in the playoffs, when you have the home team, when you have the favorite that lost their first game, just to score, say something that you want to buy. You want to buy on that team. You don't want to say, oh, no, I'm fading. Oh, the team is trash. Oh, the Blazers, oh, this is going to be easy. No, you want to take the team that just lost early in the game, come out with plenty of sense of urgency, defensive intensity with a must-win type of mentality. Nuggets first quarter -0.5. Nuggets first half -0.5. I think they come out hot. If they want any chance, you can't let the Blazers come out here and smack you first. Then you're going down 0-2. I do like the Nuggets to win this game. I do think the window is a lot stronger early. Because possibly there is obviously the second half is a lot open for the Blazers to come back and turn up and possibly win the game. I still think the Nuggets will go tie this series 1-1. You talk about the conspiracies. I think the rest will be on the Nuggets. Like they want series like this to go 7 games, guys. It's not going to be a 4-0. Like, in all honesty, I know people don't want to hear, but the refs will step in before it's a fucking 4-0. Like, stop all that, man. Nuggets at the house facing 0-2. I like the Nuggets here. I'm on the first quarter, first half. I'm going trifecta, man. Give me trifecta with the Nuggets. I think they win this game, but more importantly, first quarter, first half, Nuggets come out here with juice. They know what the problem is they deal with. And I do think that the Blazers, the problem is some of these teams in game 1, they throw the whole book at the other team and literally show all of their cards. It happens. Not saying the Blazers did that, but they come out and said, yeah, we want to make everybody else beat us except for Jokic. In my opinion, like, I don't even want to say that. If you did that on the floor, that's one thing. You don't go and tell reporters this. Then the Nuggets know, oh, okay, now this is your main game plan for us defensively. And that's all the Blazers were doing. No double team on Jokic. Let him get his points. Don't let anybody else get involved. And it worked in the first game. Obviously, Porter was broke. The role players didn't help out. I think you see different game this time. I think you see a better defensive game out of Nuggets. They know they didn't contest enough shots. That was the main reason why they lost the second half. So Nuggets know what they did wrong. It's corrective. It's a corrective time. It's time to come out with sense of urgency. We can't lose this game. That's the type of mentality that I think the Nuggets come out with. First quarter, minus a half. First half, minus a half. Hadn't hopped on full game yet, but I'm pretty sure I'll get there, my guys. But I'll be honest. I like first quarter, first half a lot more. I think that's the window when the home team, when their favorite loses. That's what we're doing it again tomorrow. Just know that. But yeah, these are my angles. I'm gonna go with them all playoffs, and they've been working for me ever since I've been betting the NBA, my guys. It's all about motivation. It's all about sense of urgency and bringing the defensive intensity. And I think we get that tonight from the Nuggets, my guys. First quarter, first half, both minus a half officials for me, Jordan. Like the underspots by you, my guy.
No, I love it, man. I think if you guys cash your plays, I'm gonna cash mine because if this goes over, it means Portland's still raining down on them. And also like you talked about, I mean, Carmelo and Anthony Simons coming off the bench combining for 10 threes. Like all of these things are anomalies. It's not happening again. So if sans that, Denver's in a coin flip game again, and you're right, it's gonna be whoever comes out with that urgency.
Exactly. Now I think the Nuggets will, man. At the house, steaming. Blaze over there talking shit. Oh, the pit bulls and you know what I'm saying. You can't put a poodle. What do you say, Chihuahua in the cage with? I know Dame is a beast. Him and CJ. That's their main. Those are the two. So if the Nuggets can keep those two like at bay, Junior, I think they have a good chance at winning this one and coming out hot, my guy. I'd love to see Morris starting here and bring Campazzo off the bench. I'd love it, to be honest with you. I know he's kind of on a minutes restriction, but you need to start him, or I don't know. Campazzo, he's gonna have to grow a couple of feet, couple of inches or something, Junior. He's not a bad defender. He's just way too small.
Yeah.
So you can't disrespect. He's not a bad defender. He's actually a pesky defender. And Rip Dame one of those times. Well, Dame is foul. No, it wasn't no foul. It's all ball, man. But he's just a little bit too small for the contest on the shot from Dame, my guy. But Junior, with any closing thoughts on this game, my guy?
Yeah, I just have a hard time believing that Denver's going to go down 2-0 in the series. We basically saw a Nuggets team that, well, first of all, can I get an APB on Aaron Gordon? Because let me tell you something. Those 5 points that he scored at the end of the game, that didn't fool me. He was nowhere to be found during that game. So let's start with some of the guys around Jokic. Because think about this. Michael Porter Jr. went 1 for 10 from 3, and he still scored 25 points. It's not like he played terrible. His outside shot wasn't going in, and that's just good. That is going to correct itself because it's been that way the whole season. He's averaging 25 a game since Murray went down. So if they can still get that production out of Porter Jr. just more efficiently, and get Aaron Gordon to wake up and start playing like the player that he gets paid to be, they should be a lot better because, you know, they're not going to come in. They're not going to come out and lay down. This team showed us last year, like I said, that they got a lot of fight. And I know everyone in the chat's like, why y'all not mentioning they're not double teaming Jokic? Because we watched the game, bro. I know, I saw that. You saw what? You think Denver just not going to react to what they saw in game 1? Obviously they will. So we'll see how it goes in game 2. I doubt Jokic is going to have 1 assist like he did in the last game. I'm sure they're going to make adjustments. The Blazers are not a defensive team. So if you think that they're all of a sudden just going to start locking these guys down just because of 1 game, I'm going to need more. I'm going to need more evidence than that.
Yeah,
I'm all over the Nuggets here.
It's all about adjustments when it comes to playoff time. And the Nuggets, in my opinion, are the better team defense. So it's all about their defense, my guy. And that's why Jordan is looking towards the under. The Blazers haven't been playing bad defense, but it'll be the Nuggets to come out here and really stifle them. And everybody in the chat, guys, if you do like the Blazers, I just say maybe look for a live bet. I do think the Nuggets might come out here with some juice early on, and you could potentially catch a lot better line with the Blazers. I mean, if you're taking them plus 1.5 or you're taking them money line pregame, I mean, why not try and look for a plus 125 or plus 130 or something in game? The Nuggets will come out with juice here, my guys. I can down 1-0 in this first quarter. You will likely be able to get a better line with the Blazers. So I always tell you guys, anything can happen. I just like to be real with you guys. I mean, that's not even saying that the Nuggets guaranteed to catch the first quarter, but I do think you might see them come out with like a 10-4 or something like that. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, 12-6, something like that. You'll be able to get plus money, like plus 120 with the Blazers on the live line rather quickly. So just trying to help some guys out there, whether you side you're on. I just like to see people cash, man, and beat the books, my guys. Jordan, break them off with your officials.
Is there under 222 and a hook? Miami and Milwaukee under 116 first half. Portland and Denver. Let's cash.
There you go. That's the total guy that I know, my guy.
Hey, we're back. We're back, baby. We're back. We took a little vacation, but total man gets paid. Like board man gets paid, total man gets paid too.
I can dig it. Junior, what we doing, my guy? You on them nuggets. You on this spicy. Y'all see his ring?
Yeah, I see some people in the chat. Some people in the chat is lit today with a lot of trolls. People talking about sweeps. Bro, really think Denver could get swept? They could. Anything could happen. Mm-hmm. And we're not saying that Denver's going to win this game because they have to. That's not how anything works. I'm saying that if we've watched the whole season, even when Murray went down, at one point, like I feel like people have really short-term memories. Just like 2 weeks ago, Jay Money was talking about, Denver can't keep winning at this pace. They gotta slow down. Denver's proven that they can win with this unit. I just think that, especially with Monte Morris back, could we just get Monte Morris some more goddamn minutes? He really has to. Even if he doesn't start, he should play at least the same amount of minutes as Campazzo or more. The Campazzo thing, I just feel like Dame looks at Campazzo and he just gets way too excited.
Barbecue chicken.
It's really crazy. Like it's impossible to watch that game and not notice that. That like when it was time, like when Dame started taking over, he was just kind of looking at this guy like, you really got this guy. It's kind of like, you all watched the game yesterday, bruh. What the fuck are the Lakers thinking having Caruso guarding Devin Booker? Like every time Caruso was on Booker, Booker was like, hell yeah, bro. He was eating this fool. Like, yeah, exactly. So please just get me some Monte Morris tonight, and we're good to go, I think.
Yeah, NBA is all about pick and roll, though. So, I mean, it's all about you in the playoff time, more specifically, it's all about the pick and roll and matchup. So, even though Campazzo's on him, they're still going to run pick and roll and try to get in theory, a worse defender on him. So, the thing about Campazzo is Dame just likes to pull up. So, it's going to be interesting to see. Maybe you let Dame beat you and make sure nobody else beats you. Go like a little reverse psychology, just like the Blazers did with the Nuggets this time. Okay, we're going to let Dame get what he get and nobody else be able to get something. One thing I can tell you, I know Carmelo, they come out booing. Maybe y'all don't boo him today because he was kind of pissed off at that. He used to play for Denver. He was kind of turned up. I think they'll be running out there on him on the 3-point line. I don't think he'll get those same looks. Simons, he's not a bad player. He has taken steps, and I must say he's a lot better player, but no, he shouldn't be coming off the bench balling like that. It's Dame and CJ. That's who you need to stop. You know what I'm saying? Maybe throw Covington and Nurkic in there, but Blazers are a good team. I'm going with my motivation angle, my sense of urgency angle. Nuggets first quarter -1.5. Nuggets first half -1.5. I do think they win this game. I think they come out with juice, show a sense of urgency here. Is what it's all about in the playoff time. You got smacked in your mouth in the first game. Now you're at the house sitting steaming. You lost the first game by 14. I think they come out here with some juice, specifically in the first quarter. I think it carries on to the first half, and that might just be enough to carry on into the full game as well, my guys. Nuggets, very first ring I bought, my guys. Nugget ring. Let's cash, my guys. The Nuggets. Let's go, man. Appreciate everybody for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe, my guys. This is my guy, Junior Browne. This is my guy, Jordan Sharp. I'm your host, J Money, Triple J Show, man. Go to sbrpicks.com/NBA. Check out all the articles, NBA content we have over there. We will be back tomorrow trying to cash for you guys. Let's go.